Oh, bracelet. It's the mirror. Is the mirror in it? Yes, there it is.
Oh, these
That's
mirrors.
the mirror.
What's the mirror from?
I believe that's the shard of mirror. It was my first morale. No, it wasn't. This was it. This was it. They said this was too. Oh, that's why. They said this was too big and I had to use this one.
Would you have to use that to put your makeup on?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I did. Pretty sure. Yep, I did. I had to use this shard of mirror to put my makeup on. It was my first morale.
Rolling out with the break of dawn, canvas skies and the show goes on. Iron stakes in the hammer sound, building dreams on this muddy ground. With sawdust running through our veins, we do it for the faces in the crowd. Step right up with R&B, 'cause this ain't just a show, it's circus history.
Howdy, everyone, and welcome to Off the Rail Podcast, your podcast for everything circus. We're your Off the Rail ringmasters. I'm R. This is B. How you doing, B?
Hey, how's it going? What's up, Art?
Doing good. Today's sponsor is Red Nose Factory. More about them later. But today's guest is a very special guest to both me and my co-host. It's somebody we love very dearly. We're finally glad to have her on the show. So we would like to welcome Julia Swanson. Julia, how are you?
I'm so good. I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome. We are excited
Awesome.
to have
We're
you.
glad you're here.
So to get this party started, like we ask everybody, what led you to the circus?
Oh, I was led by my mother talking about it when I was a kid. My mother was a circus clown for 3 years as well, same as me. She was in clown college in 81, and she told these stories about being on the circus. And it's funny to me that she thought that that would deter me. Ha! It did not deter me. It made me fascinated. And then DJ Weiss, who is also a circus clown, spent most of his time in the Blue Unit. He also grew up near me, and we met at a clown convention in Minnesota, and we were instantly decided we were siblings when he was 9 and I was 6. My mom was like, okay, whatever. DJ got older. He actually ended up living with us for a couple of years when he was a teenager, and then he really was my brother. And then he went off to Culpeper Merriweather, and then on to Ringling Brothers, and I followed him. So it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But the second I turned 18, basically, and finished high school, my mom was very excited. It's like, oh, are you going to college? And I was like, no. There was literally a moment where I sat on her lap, and we had gone and visited a college, and I auditioned to be in their performance program, and they didn't take me, and that made me very angry. And you know what I said? I said, I'll show you. I'm going to go be clown on the greatest show on earth. That's better performance than learning it in a school.
Heck yeah.
So yeah. And I did. I went and I auditioned in Texas. The Blue Unit was having an open audition. And then then I went. I hadn't heard back yet. It takes a while to hear back. Hadn't heard back. And then I decided, well, they might not put me on the Red Unit if they even pick me. And DJ had already been sent to the Blue Unit. So I said, you know what? I want to go spend some time with DJ on the Blue Unit because I heard they needed a face painter. I went and I face painted on the Blue Unit up on the concourse. with FCP for 6 weeks.
Oh wow.
And I got a call from David Kaiser, who was the one hiring clowns. And he asked me if I would come over to the red unit, and he already had a contract for me and everything. I actually signed my contract on the blue unit before I even left. So I had a job done. They had me
Nice.
come early before all these new clowns were coming, like 2 or 3 weeks later, I think. And yeah, so I got sent to the red unit, and I was there by myself for 3 weeks before the other new clowns showed up. And the other new clowns were like vying for a position. They had to do clown college, which was like it wasn't really clown college. Clown college shut down in 97. But they told us we were doing clown college. It was like a week of intense clown experience, circus training. And then at the end of the week, they would find out whether or not they got a contract. Spoiler alert, every single clown that got brought that year got a contract. So unless you were like really bad,
Right.
you were going to go. They all got a contract. I was the only one that was there that was like, I already did this. I already been in the show. I already did the choreography. And now I have to go do training. Okay, fine, whatever. I'll integrate. It's okay. But yeah, that's how it happened. I was a clown my whole life, and I couldn't stop. So I literally can't see. So I'm going to twist over here to have my mirror. Oh no, that's in the way. Ah, clown problems. Okay, I'm going to figure this out. Hold on. I'm going to put my makeup on.
Go for it. So you went from concessions to clowning.
I did. I went from concessions to clowning, which is why I like felt connected to people up on FCP.
Yeah,
Even though
makes
I wasn't
sense.
an FCP person. So I was
Yeah,
like,
but that's
I've
where you
been
started.
you. I know how hard that is. So I tried to have friends all over the circus. I had friends from
Sure.
every section. Okay, are we ready? This is going to happen really fast.
Do it.
Okay, so fun fact about clown white, it has like wax bits in it or something like that. You have to warm it up to get it to spread properly. So the best way to do that is with your body heat, with your hands. So that's why I was warming it up like this.
So
I didn't have to do it as long
okay.
as I usually, this. I did this for a lot longer because I was talking. But this is how the big man Frosty Little Master Clown used to do it. And I don't know why I leave my thumbs unmakeuped. I just do. It's habit. I don't. In case I have to do something with only my thumbs, I don't know. I just have always done it that way. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Shoo!
So you were saying that your mom was wanting you to go to college, not to be a clown?
Well, I mean, I
But
was going to be a
she was
clown, but
herself.
she didn't want me to go in the circus right away. She wanted me to go to college first.
Well, back up.
Yeah, and I was like, maybe. And then they didn't want me. And I decided, no, I'm going to go. And she went, okay. She bought my plane ticket.
Very nice.
She's happy to
Now,
see me go.
for the people at home, this style of clown makeup is known as
Whiteface.
There you go.
So,
hair.
What was it like for your first show?
My first show, oh my gosh. My first show, I almost died. So like my first actual show, they didn't let my feet touch the ground.
Interesting.
So my first show was Circus Extreme. And in Circus Extreme, my first show was Built to Amaze. And Built to Amaze had a construction theme. Yep. They were like, we're building the show before your very eyes. Whatever. a lot of paint splattered cloth. It was a great concept. I loved the concept. But then there was this weird point in the middle where it turned into girls versus boys cheerleaders, and it was like trying to be High School Musical 8 years too late. Not important. Irrelevant. That's just my opinion. But there was a dump truck. And the clowns, during opening, would ride the dump truck out. And then they all get off and do choreography and finish the number. Not me. My first show, they were like, okay, stand in there and wave. And so I stood in the back of the dump truck, and they drove me out to N track, which is the stage for the circus is a rectangle. This is where the curtain is, the portal. And then this is N track, it's the bottom. So the end of the track, obviously. So you go down all the way to the back to N track, and then then they leave. So that's what they did. They had me do. They're like, okay, just don't get off the truck. Okay. So I went out there, and I remember the first time I went out and saw those people. I've never had adrenaline like that since in my life. Seeing that many people in the stands cheering. It was incredible.
No real way to prepare for it, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely not. There's nothing in the world that can prepare you. A lot of these arenas at full capacity, 10,000 people. I was 18. I was 18. The biggest amount of people I performed for was my high school theater.
So it was a big jump.
Huge jump. I almost cried. There's a video somewhere, Taylor Alba might have it, of me right after getting off of the truck, jumping up and down and waving my arms because I am surprisingly neurodivergent, and I was just stimming or squealing, flapping my hands a little bit. I was so excited. I was so jazzed. It was just incredible. Nothing like it. And I still can remember what it was like. That and the first packed house we ever had, which was in the United Center in Chicago. And I remember running out to do Blow Off, which Blow Off sounds dirty, but it's not. Blow Off was the beginning of the show before the show actually started. Mm-hmm. So there was a portion of, there's pre-show, and there was a moment where they fixed the stage, and then it was called Blow Off, and all the clowns would go out and do something crazy. Like on Blue Show, they did this jump rope routine where all the clowns did this jump rope where all of them were jumping rope at the same time on the same rope. And that was really cool. It pumps up the crowd. And ours was flags for Circus Extreme anyway. For Built to Amaze, we did this thing with instruments. I remember we were use it because it was with Alex and Arena, I think, and we had instruments. But I remember going out onto the floor of the arena, and it was packed. I'd never seen that many people in my life with the full house lights on, right? With the full lights on. And it was us. All the attention was on us. And I was just full
Did
of...
Did you freeze a little, or?
I smiled so big. It's funny because you think that it would be terrifying, and it isn't to me anyway. It's terrifying in the best way, if that makes sense. But all right, so now we're gonna take a little field trip because I have to go powder this, and I cannot powder indoors, or my people that I live with in this home will literally draw and quarter me. So
that's fine. Well,
you ready?
Yep. So earlier you mentioned that you put on your grease paint like Frosty Little. Have you taken a lot from him onto your own makeup, or
Just the white. But when I was in high school, we did a one-act play called The Magically Marvelous, Wonderfully Wacky, Seriously Silly Centering Circus. And that is a play that was written by Steve Smith, who is a big name in Ringling Brothers. As a clown and as a director. Yeah, he wrote this show. And because my theater teacher loved me, she did this show my senior year and cast me as the boss clown in the show. And I did Frosty's makeup on my face.
how was that?
It was weird. It felt like I hadn't earned it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Because I was just some 17-year-old. I didn't feel like I'd earned it. And I knew Frosty. Like, well, somewhat. He used to come and teach at our camp, at my mom's clown camp that she still runs. And I used to sit on his lap, because I was a kid, while he played, like, cribbage with my dad and the other clowns. So he was like having a great uncle or a grandpa that you only saw once a year. So I didn't get to hear a lot of the like great stories or anything. He was just, that nice old guy that was also a clown. And I got to watch him and my parents perform because my mom had a staff show every year for the clowns to do a lot of like old circus gags.
Old circus gags.
Yeah, old circus gags for the campers. And one that he used to do that they don't do anymore for good reason probably. It's called Stretch Baby. It's exactly what it sounds like.
Oh,
It's a baby that's arms and legs like stretch out like a slinky. And so it's like there's like a nurse and a doctor, and Frosty was a doctor. My mom was the nurse. And then there's somebody's the mom, and the baby gets all stretched out. And of course, when I had my baby, part of me wanted to do Stretch Baby. Bring it back.
Yeah, I've noticed there's a lot of gags. There's a lot of old gags they can't do anymore.
Oh, so many.
Dealing with blank 22 rounds.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of old gags. But there's some old gags that like aren't necessarily like, yeah, they're not really PC anymore, but you can rewrite them and make them PC without like ruining the spirit of the gag. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm actually going to be doing next year for camp. Spoiler alert.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Promise we won't. We promise we won't tell anybody.
All of you have to promise. Just kidding. No, it's fine. I don't mind. So there's an old gag called Miracle Vitamin. And it goes that a lot of these old gags had like a barker, some salesman that's trying to make a quick buck off of you, right? So there's a salesman and he's trying to sell miracle vitamins. And so he sees this couple going past and there's like this weird big like cabinet thing, right? It looks like cellar doors basically. And so the guy opens up the door and he takes like the groceries from this couple. He takes out the little box of cereal, he puts it in the box, he closes it, puts in a miracle vitamin, takes it out, and it's a bigger box of cereal. Okay. Takes their milk, puts it in the box, puts in the miracle vitamin, takes out a bigger thing of milk, Okay. So then the husband and the salesman go aside and chit chat, and basically they take the mousy wife, they put her in, they put all of the miracle vitamins in the container, and she comes out and she has big boobs and stuff. Because that was funny back then.
This is a gag in the 80s, right?
Oh, old, yeah, and probably also older than that, back when they didn't have any girls on the circus, because they would have a guy, like a really skinny
Oh, right,
dude,
yeah.
be the lady. A lot of times it was done in drag. So, yeah, that's how it used to go. Except I'm rewriting it so that it's the guy that goes in and it's like protein powder, so he comes out all muscly. I think
Yeah.
that's gonna be
Oh,
funny.
oh
So
very
it's like
nice.
still funny,
There you go.
still like
Yeah.
poignant, still gets a
Sure.
good laugh and makes clowns look good. So you're not ruining the gag. It's just a little different.
So how many years did you spend on Ringling?
3.
3 years.
Yep.
What were some of your favorite venues that you played?
Like just arenas.
Yeah.
All the arenas kind of looked the same from the inside. You know, like, yeah,
Yeah.
there were some that I didn't like for mechanical reasons. So, like doing the show in different arenas to me didn't really feel very different very often. One arena sticks out to me because it was Houston, and in Houston, it was in like a football arena. So instead of us being in like a hockey or a basketball arena where it's the right size, football arenas are a little bigger. So instead, they took the circus and they put it this way on the end of the arena. So we still had like a square here, and then this was the stage this way, instead of it being the whole space. So you walked in over here and you had to go past like the tiger compound. A lot of times people had like bicycles and skateboards and stuff. Because you didn't want to miss your cue. So some of the arenas had like because you had to go places backstage, and not all of the arenas did the backstage pieces connect, so you couldn't get all the way around. So sometimes I still have nightmares about this, where in my nightmare I'm trying to get to the VOM, which the VOM is an entrance by end track. That's basically an entrance that's not the portal, is a VOM. I can't get to the VOM in my dream. I have nightmares where I can't find it. And I'm like running backstage, running through hallways, and I can't find the VOM. And the music's playing, and I'm supposed to be on the floor, and I can't find the VOM.
Is this one of those endless hallway dreams?
Yes.
Oh,
boy.
But it's not just one direction. It's like I hit a dead end, and then I have to go back, and I go through.
Oh, no.
And I keep going through hallways, and I never find it. Then I wake up in a cold sweat. And I'm like, oh, I'm stressed out. I'm having circus dreams. But that's apparently not just me.
What was your
Even my
favorite
mom
train
still
run?
has stress out circus dreams. My favorite train run. Ooh, that's tough.
I think I can guess.
That's a 2-way tie.
Let me guess one.
You go ahead.
Horseshoe.
Okay, it's a 3-way tie.
Ah,
Oh, oops.
It's a 3-way tie. I somehow forgot about that. So the horseshoe was so cool because you actually got to see the whole train. Everybody took so many pictures on that train run. The other one was like anything in New England in the fall.
oh, yeah, beautiful.
Because of like literally you knew it was a good train run because okay, so the space between the train, this isn't for you guys know this, but for the viewers out there listening at home, the vestibule is the space between the train cars. It's not a window because there's never any glass. It's just like a big open space, right? You knew it was a good train run.
It's a barn door.
Because every single one of the vestibules would have people in it.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Every single one. And we were like 10, 11, 12 cars away from Pie Car, the meal car. And you'd go through 10, 11, 12 vestibules. Every single one had people staring out of it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, the
Good times.
the fall, New England in the fall was the best train run for like foliage reasons. I remember, I can't tell you like what city to what city though. That I am terrible at remembering. I am good at visual
That's all right.
memories. I also loved Colorado because the train would go
Mm,
through the mountains,
sure.
and we went past the backside of
Yep.
the Devil's Backbone. I
Yeah.
loved seeing Devil's Backbone go up the mountain. That was really
How
cool.
about
Zagging through.
any time? How about any time the units passed each other?
Oh, that was always so fun, but it happened so fast. Then
Yeah.
you
Oh
wanted to
yeah. It's
people, but you know you'd break your.
Vroom.
Everybody wanted to high
oh.
five each other on those. When you
Listen.
you did, both of
Hey,
you.
listen. I gave
Did
somebody
you
a
do
high
it?
speed high five, but listen,
How did you not
I also
break it?
had. I felt bad for the other guy because when I did it, it was so quick. I had a radio in my hand, so yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that I know it didn't feel good for that person.
Yeah, no, you jerk.
Here's a good question for you.
They're all good
You're gonna
questions,
kill.
but shoot,
I don't know. You might kill me on this.
I can't. You're too far away. Oh, look how good that curl was. That's one stroke. One stroke.
How many times would you say you forgot your room keys at night? Listen, folks. I had to throw that in there for everybody at home doesn't know. This is actually how I met this woman. Is because train crew would do what's called duty nights. We all took turns. You had a radio, and each car had a button that you could push, and it would go right to the radio, tell you what car it was. I would then have to go find out what the problem is. Well, it never failed. I had a little routine. If I didn't get a call by midnight, I'm going to bed. If I got anything before midnight, I'm staying up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, without fail, I wouldn't get nothing by midnight. I'd just lay down. Boom. There's a call. Who is this? I go down there. There's this lovely lady standing there. I'm so sorry. I forgot my keys. And it wasn't just one time, folks. No,
No.
no.
Many
It was
times.
many times.
Because my
But
key was like on the counter or at the building or the one time, you remember one time? You remember when the key broke off in the lock?
oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. But you know what, folks? In
I
hindsight,
couldn't
it's
help that one.
greatest time ever.
I needed real help that time.
It is the greatest memories ever though in hindsight. So at the time I was just like, really? Like now,
But
now I
beware.
love it. Yeah.
You know why I was out that late?
Clowning around.
Yeah, yeah. There you go, clowning around. Yeah.
If I had a nickel for every time somebody told me that, I would be a rich woman. Ha ha ha. No, I was out swing dancing.
That's right. That's
Oh yeah.
Tell us about your love for dancing because I know
Yes,
a few times me and you went whenever I
yes, we
took you.
did.
So
That was one of my favorite places that I ever went. Swing dancing was where you and I went. Was
down in Carlisle.
the firehouse.
All right.
It was literally an old fire station that
Where
got
was that?
converted into a dance hall.
All right. No, that wasn't
Oh, very
Carlisle. What
nice.
town? I forget what town that was.
Nope. That was
Carlisle. I dropped.
in
Yeah,
San
because Carlisle
Diego.
dropped you off. That's right.
Yes. No, I think it was San
Yeah, that's
Diego.
it. Maybe. Yeah. I remember that. Oh man, that was fun.
That was so
I mean,
good.
I'm two left feet, folks, but
I
still
still
had a
have pictures.
blast.
You
Oh
were,
boy.
you were so good. No, it was a good time. That was such a fun
So
time. But yeah, there was other people were like out partying, whatever. I would go find places to go swing dancing wherever I was, and I used to catch so much grief from my parents and from other clowns. They're like, "You're gonna get like kidnapped or whatever, running around by yourself," and I'd go, "Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to come with me?" And they're like, no. I'm like, okay then, stop giving me grief. I'm not just gonna sit in my train room like you all the time.
There you
It's
go.
boring. I already have to sit in my
Would you-
train room on train runs. I'm gonna go places, and I can't afford to do anything expensive because clowns don't make a lot of money, folks. Not on the circus. Clowns
you
make
say
more
that-
money staying home doing birthday parties than they do on the circus.
Would you say that love for
Wow.
your dance helped with your clowning?
Love for yeah, it kept me sane for sure. Absolutely kept me sane because you're doing it's. I loved being on the circus, but it was some of the hardest times of my life because
Sure.
it's so monotonous.
Yeah.
It's the same show 8 times a week, same makeup 8 times a week, and you're in your tiny little room, and it just, especially after a year or two, you get a little stuck. And so to actually get out and to meet people and to see new things that didn't cost a lot of money, oh, that absolutely helped. Get my, they say get your yayas out or whatever, just to like actually be able to, because I'm not a runner, okay? I'm not a workout person. That's how I do my workout. I dance. That's my favorite thing. And I'm not good at it.
Sure.
Well, I'm not great at it. I'm pretty okay, but I'm not like classically trained. I did like 9 years of ballet when I was a kid. So I'm not like the Australian dancers who want to go and do some sort of fancy hip hop class. I'm like, I'll go try, but I'm not going to be very good. I'll do it. I'll have a great time. I will not look as good as you guys will. Just won't. But yeah, no, dancing has been a constant in my life. And I actually met my husband swing dancing.
That's cool.
Very nice.
Yeah. I was still on the road.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was home for Christmas break
There you go. That's pretty
and
cool.
went swing dancing right before New Year's Eve. And I met him. And I guess the rest is history. We spent that whole last year of me being on tour in a long distance relationship. And now we have a kid, so I guess that didn't suck too much.
There you go. Yeah. Obviously, it worked out.
Mm-hmm. He was part of the reason why I left the road, actually.
Oh, okay.
That and the elephants.
Yeah.
Oh, the elephants.
The elephants.
Yeah.
Look at this.
It was an honor. It was an
Folks
honor to
found
be there on the last. Oh,
elephant
Tell people
hair.
at home. Yep. There you go.
That's a tail hair because it's very long. But actually, I had somebody very sweet off of Elephant Crew give me this one. I was a very lucky person.
Very cool.
All right, I'm not going to be able to talk very well after this point until I powder again. So be aware, I'm going to sound weird.
yeah. I mean, it was an honor to be there on the last elephant walk when they came off the road for what a sea show. I believe that was in.
Was that North Carolina?
Was it Rhode Island?
Was it Providence? I don't think it was Providence. They didn't want to go back to Providence after the whole Blue Unit thing.
No, it was Wilkes-Barre. It was in Wilkes-Barre.
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 That one. You know.
Yep, that one.
You know better than me.
I'm
Just have the Pennsylvania guy.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
I remember.
Gotta do the wing now. Then I can
Guys-
go and powder my makeup again. But this
yeah,
time
you're
it's gonna
breaking
be
up
in
again,
the-
brother.
For the record, I usually
How
do not
about
take
now?
Perfect.
For the record, I don't usually take this long to put my makeup on.
That's all right.
It's a lot harder to put makeup on a moving target.
Speaking of which, don't you have a makeup question there, B? Fastest. Are you there?
Oh no. You've been abandoned,
All
R.
right. It's all right. We'll keep the show going. Show must go on. So, I got a
Oh,
question
we
for
know
you.
it. Yeah, what you got?
What what is your favorite you have a favorite pie story? Birthday pieing?
Do you mean receiving or giving?
Both. Actually, we'll go with both.
Okay. Well, giving was David Shipman.
Okay.
I got David Shipman while he was talking to somebody in wardrobe. I had my blacks on, and I snuck around the corner. I think we were in between shows because otherwise I wouldn't have been in blacks. And I got him. I was
Nice.
very proud of myself that day.
Ah.
Like, hey man, if you can point, nobody pies the ringmaster. I did. That one and Nick Lambert were my other favorite that I gave.
Very good.
So Nick Lambert was a clown during my last year, but before then he was the portal master, and he was the guy who opened the portal curtain. But that's literally what it said as his job description is he's the portal master.
Oh.
And he and I were buds way back before he was a clown. And I knew it was his birthday.
Ah.
And it was almost midnight. And I went to his room and I knocked on his door.
Oh, no.
And he opened it.
Ah.
That dummy opened it because I had the pie behind my back. He didn't see it. And I got him. I will say I don't remember a lot of times that I got pied though.
See, and I was never fortunate enough to get pied by you. I wanted to, but I never got pied by you.
I can
Although I was fortunate enough to have you knock on my door at midnight with homemade cookies.
I did that, yeah. You know how I made those, right?
No.
So, for
Easy
those of you at
bake
home,
oven.
we did not have ovens. I had a toaster oven in my train car, which meant I had to bake 6 at a time.
Oh boy.
It took a while.
Oh, I'd say.
It was worth it. And then I just went down the car because I was like, I'm not going to eat all these. I just kept going.
Yep, I remember the one time when you initially knocked, I thought I was dreaming. I didn't answer right away. And then when I opened the door, you were almost to the end, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And you're like, "Oh, hey, would you like some cookies?" I was like, yes."
Well, also, you earned it from having to deal with
Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
I can now. Oh no, is he gone again? Man,
Still there, bud?
talking about technical difficulties.
Huh?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, guys. I'm driving across the country. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're on the move.
No wonder you're having a hard time.
No.
Bunch of powder again. But now it's dark out, so you probably can't.
Did y'all
see
ask
me.
a question?
Huh?
Which one? Oh, did I bring it inside? Good for me.
I did not
Did
ask
you
the
ask the
question you
makeup
always
question,
asked.
right?
I did not.
Okay.
I was leaving that for you. So.
Shoot.
Okay, cool.
What do you want to ask? Did you have a makeup question?
I do. I was thinking of Biden. Sorry. So,
Wasn't very sneaky.
what would be your fastest time? So, what would be your fastest time going from street clothes to full clown, and why?
6 minutes. Because I was late. So every single show, for the most part, was the same blocks of time. Okay? It was the same. You do like 7, 7, 7, maybe a 10 and 7, 11, 3 and 7, 1 and 5. 11 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 7 o'clock, Saturday, 1 and 5 on Sunday. Someone, I don't know if they were drunk or high, what, they made this schedule. And they ruined my life by making the Sunday show noon and 4. I did not notice.
Oh no.
I did not notice.
Whoopsie.
And neither did Chase. So it wasn't just me. All right? Chase Culp.
Oh, Mr. Kelp.
Currently the clown at Circus World for the last 2 or 3 years running. And going off with Cirque Mechanic because he's like a prodigy, I guess. He's clowning all over the dang place. He and I were both 18 when we joined the show when he was from Circus Smirkus. So he's like big. He's big stuff now. But I'll still make fun of him. And yeah, so he and I both got on the wrong bus. We thought we were going early. We were already late. By the time we got there, pre-show literally was about to start. We knew that this was happening. The bus driver, that man drove us nuts.
David?
He wouldn't let us off the bus. No, the other one, the old guy.
Bus driver John.
He wouldn't let us off the bus. There was some issue with parking, and he wouldn't let us off the bus. And Chase and I were like, just let us off. We can walk from here. It was like traffic, something. We could not. He wouldn't let us off the bus. We finally forced our way off the bus. Pre-show had just started. They were literally counting down. That's how I know it was 6 minutes, because it was 2 songs. It took me 2 songs, and each song in pre-show is 3 minutes long.
Wow.
So I put on my full white face, orange wig, string nose, probably eyelashes, at least mascara, costume, everything. And I was out there in 2 songs. Chase Culp's makeup, may I tell you all, was not this. Was flesh tone, if he put on base that day, eyebrows, and a white lip, and a little bit of white on his eyelids, not like this white, blended out, like white coughed on, the LaCroix of white on your eyelids. Is it even there? I can't tell. That is how much makeup that man was supposed to wear. I beat him. I was out. He was not.
Well, in fairness, Grandpa.
He was a grandpa, yeah. He was, absolutely. He absolutely was.
So,
yeah.
Chase.
So I beat Chase. He's just
Unpause.
a busy guy. He literally just finished up a summer of being in Wisconsin, and now he's off to Cirque Mechanic, and then who knows what else. I can barely even get him to teach for anything, because I am on the board of Clowns of America International. I'm the head of education, so I'm picking all these people to teach for me, including Oscar will be coming in Nashville.
Nice.
So if anybody wants to see that. Okay, so wait. I don't have my orange wig, so I can't put on my circus makeup. I only have my red wig. So I have to put on my Wanda makeup, which is literally this much different. The only difference is for the other one, for my circus makeup, I put on blue eyeshadow, and I don't put stars on my cheeks. That is the only difference. The mouth is the same, the eyebrows are the same, the eyes are the same. It's whatever nose I can find at the time, because that's what my life is like. I can never find my noses. I can literally only ever find one nose at a time. Someday, I'm sure people will ask me, how do you know what nose you're going to use? I don't. It's whatever one decides it wants to be worn that day. I'm surprised y'all haven't asked about any morals.
Word from our sponsors. This is Chad from Red Nose Factory. Chad, go ahead, take it away. 3.
Clowns! Don't you just hate it when this happens? Have no fear, the Red Nose Factory has you covered. Now you never have to worry about losing your nose again. But how does it work? The secret is in the funny bone. No, not that funny bone, this one. This little clip attaches to your nose via the septum. That's this part, and stays on snugly without the use of glue or string. To attach the nose, simply hold it as shown, like you would a tiny hamburger. Then you give it a little squeeze. Here it is from the side. Then you simply insert the bald ends of the funny bone into your nostrils one at a time. Et voila! Your nose is on. Oh yes, no matter how much you wiggle and shake, that's not coming off. Oh, not literally, my dear. Of course the nose is removable. Silly jester. To remove the nose, simply follow the application steps in reverse. Squeeze down, not too hard, like a hamburger, remember? Then remove the bald ends one at a time. Red Nose Factory noses require no string, no glue, and no hassle. And come in an almost dizzying array of colors and styles. So when you pick your nose, why not pick a nose entrusted by countless clowns and entertainers from around the globe? The Red Nose Factory, helping clowns help the world since 2014.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Off the Rail Podcast.
All right, you ready to see
Any questions, Ray?
secret?
Actually, I had one. I don't know. I kind of lost it there.
Hey B. Hey B, you know how
Yes.
you were asking me how I do my stars?
Oh, I know. I'm excited to see this part.
I figured. There it is. That's my secret.
Oh.
Eat.
Oh, I do. I remember my question now. You had told me once that one of your dreams was to perform on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Is that still something that's possible in the future once your child gets old enough?
Old enough for me to leave. Yeah,
Oh,
I still want to do that. That's on my bucket list, as well as performing with a theme park in another country.
oh, there you go.
Or just in another country in general, specifically off this continent. Because I've technically performed in Mexico, but that's it. And I would love
Oh, yeah, true.
to perform in another continent or country. See, it works.
You have a particular country in mind that you definitely want to?
No. I mean, a Spanish-speaking one would be great because I actually speak a bit of Spanish. I'm not like in any way fluent, but I can speak enough to like interact and take pictures and ask questions.
Get a meal.
And talk a little bit about myself, but
I'm glad you
I
brought up
love-
other languages. How is your sign language? Have you been able to use it while clowning? And
Yeah, I have a little bit, not a ton, because there's not a ton of deaf people where I live.
sure.
But I did get to use it. I used it like a tiny bit on the circus, but I didn't know as much sign language then as I do now. Because I actually went, after I got off the circus, I went to college for a bit. Not long enough to get any certificate, but I took all of the sign language classes that they had. All of them. And I've used it since. I used it one time. I was at a festival, and I was literally leaving the festival, and I was crossing the street. It was a big street. It wasn't just like a little. It was like a big crosswalk. And I saw a kid with a cochlear implant, and I just shot in the dark. As we passed, he was looking at me because I'm in full Wanda, and he looked at me, and I was just like, "Hi, it's nice to meet you." And he was just like,
Oh,
and he was like hitting his mom or parent, whomever. It was just like, look, and I'm just like, sorry, I have to go. And, but he
hey,
was
that
just,
kid's day. That's amazing.
it was just jaw dropped. It was such a like beautiful little experience.
That's
And,
awesome.
Yeah, so I wish I got to use it more, but fortunately, no.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
There's
so fun
still
fact.
plenty of time left.
This is
Harley.
my makeup bag from the road.
I think I remember that.
Now, problem is, I had eyeshadow explode in it.
Oh no.
It's just like blue on the inside. But I still have like stuff. This is a cork.
Wow.
That's funny.
It was probably from a party that we had. Like once we used to have a party the end of each year for the 1st of May, which is the baby clowns, the new clowns. We were called the 1st of May because the circus used to start on May 1st. Like that was the touring schedule that it would start. And at the end of that year, you weren't a 1st of May anymore. We'd have a big party. And we would have champagne. So we had corks. And it was a thing way back in the way back circus days that they would burn a cork and that would be your black.
Ah,
So they made me use black for all the black on my makeup for like a whole 3-show Saturday.
Oh.
They're like, all right,
wow.
here you go. Here's your cork. And so I burnt it and I did the corners of my mouth. Actually, I couldn't use a brush. So I was really, really jazzed how this worked out. I went, and it made the perfect shape. Because when I open my mouth, it spreads a circle out. So it's
Nice.
perfect. And then I did my eyebrows and I did the corners of my eyes. I could not get that curl to save my life, but I tried my darndest. And so they're like, okay, you can go over the eyebrows and the eyes with real grease paint because Chantel won't let you go out like that, who was our stage manager person, who made sure we didn't look like crap when we went out on the floor. But I used cork for my mouth the whole 3-show Saturday. And this was the cork. You just can't tell because it's blue now, but it was burnt on the bottom. It still is burnt on the bottom. You just can't see it.
Right.
It's just blue forever.
Any other little memories like that?
Oh, yeah. I've got some patches. This one's from Legends. We used to steal this stuff from like PRs and whatever because they'd have it out for people and they wouldn't take it, so we would just like swipe it. And that's Circus Extreme. That's actually not like this one I've seen before, and I have another one of these. I have not seen the one with Tabayara was the tiger trainer on our unit. I've not seen this. I don't know where this. I didn't even know I had this until I sat down with this for this tonight. So I don't know.
Wow.
Really?
So yeah, that's a Circus Extreme on it. I don't remember that at all being in here. I also have that's a Jessie Wanda Fool sticker. She was a former ring clown, I believe. She also has since worked with the Kinoshita Circus in Japan. I have 2 of the GSOE, that's what we call this logo, Greatest Honor GSOE logo tattoos that they used to do at the pre-show. And I have, what else do I have in here? Look it.
Oh wow.
I have a pie card for a set. I guess I didn't eat that day. But It cannot exceed $7.
That's
Nope.
crazy. Wow.
That's
Not allowed.
awesome.
So I have that. That'll go in a. I'm gonna make a little scrapbook of all my circus memorabilia. What the heck is that?
Yeah, I've started a small collection myself.
I got. I think this was from Ben's girlfriend. This is like one of those recognizing greatness things that she, I guess, worked at Kohl's or something at one point, where you could like say good job to one of your fellow coworkers, except she wrote it for me. And it says, "Bravo, you nailed the part of your ball rolling skills. They are mind blowing." From Circus Extreme, we had to roll out those exercise balls for the Mongolian routine. It's so funny to me.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then I have two shards of mirror.
Why do you have 2 shards of mirror?
This was my first morale. I was late. That was a common theme, huh? I was late because I'm really bad at being on time for things because I think I have more time for being somewhere than I do. Fun fact, I was late to this right here tonight. Because it's my problem. I either
It's all good.
fly in by the seat of my pants a second before it's supposed to start, or I'm like an hour early, or I'm late. Those are your choices. And I don't have a lot of those flying in at the second it's supposed to start in me. So first they gave me this one, and they were like, no, that's too easy. You have to put on your makeup with this, and you can't start until we say you go. This is before the other clowns showed up. So this was like my second week in Clown Alley ever.
Mm.
And I remember because it was what was his name? I can't remember what his name is right now. But he was one of the clowns that was leaving, and he broke his mirror that day, and he gave me this. And so I used this, and I put my whole makeup on. They wouldn't let me start until half past. Usually I had an hour to put our makeup on. He wouldn't let me start till half past, which now I could do it in 20 minutes and feel comfortable. Not back then. But I did it. That might have been the time that I almost made it out. There was a time where I almost made it out to pre-show, and I realized that I forgot my Sharpie to sign autographs, and I ran back, and I was like, I watched the portal curtain close in front of me. Like,
Oh no.
I was so close, and I was late, and I had to pay a fine, because that's what happens. If you were late to pre-show, you'd have to pay a fine.
Mm.
Oh, incentives.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Go for it.
The Halloween, the clown car.
Yeah, Haunted Clown Car.
Can you
Could
please
tell us
explain that?
yes, like
Sure.
you know the history behind it, when it started, all that stuff?
I do not know when it started, but I know that it's been going for a very long time. So, for us, for sure, I'm not sure if this is for all of the clowns, but for us, we did Haunted Clown Car as a fundraiser to make Clown Alley t-shirts.
Oh.
So every year was a different theme. My first year, I actually got, again, this is one of those like in the window before the other new clowns showed up. Because I joined the show on like the 18th of October. So I was there for Halloween, and they showed up a week later. And so I got to do Haunted Clown Car with them because I was there. What were they going to do? Tell me not to be in it? So the theme was Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, nice.
So all of us wore Killer Clown makeup. And we had black lights. And they made the like cotton candy cocoon. And yeah, it was really cool. It was really awesome. and you scare the crap out of people going through the clown car. They would enter on one side and they go through it to the other side, and they'd pay to go through. It was really fun. You never knew who was gonna go by because like everybody would go, and it was late at night after shows basically, and then we would spend like a week decorating the clown car. We would like cover the walls, the ceiling, tape stuff to the ceiling. Taylor had this idea to make a shrinking hallway. So literally we cut out cardboard and like it would make this like arch, and you would make it longer and longer and longer and longer, so then you had to duck down to get underneath it to get out of the clown car. Gosh, it was so cool. It was so much fun. I remember that we did that theme one year. Do you remember what the other theme was?
I see. I remember one where they had a jigsaw. Because
Jigsaw.
they used one of the little people on the tricycle as jigsaw tall. That might have been blue though. I'm not sure because I've been to one over at blue and I did was at least one over at red, so I don't remember.
Oh gosh, I wish I remembered. I do not.
Did you guys give shots to people? Because some of the
Sometimes.
clown cars were yeah, they're
That wasn't me
shots.
though. That was Christopher.
Oh, okay.
That was Christopher Sullivan's job.
Oh yeah.
He would be there at the front with alcohol, give you a shot when you'd go in. So people would go in more than once, so they'd get another shot. Sorry.
You know, I still have.
So long. There's nothing to do but.
I still have my clown alley shirt, so I'm gonna have to get you to sign it someday.
Yeah, I will happily sign it someday. This is not my costume. My costume's downstairs. I wasn't sure I was gonna be able to put on the whole thing. But this is a new costume that I'm gonna be using for my blue clown, but at least I can wear something semi-clownish with my neck ruff. But this is for my blue clown, which is a character I'm working on. Who's a monochromatic clown.
How does it feel to know that you are tattooed on somebody?
Not just one.
Oh, that's right, more than one. Yeah. How many people?
On at least two. I'm on two people that I know of. Which is crazy. That's absolutely nuts to me. B, did you know that Uncle John had me tattooed on his shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for Uncle John to be on the show.
Is he coming?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love you, Jay. He's the best. He's the best.
Uncle John.
He used to make special food just for me.
Oh yeah.
He used to make me Braunschweiger sandwiches.
I hate to ask, but who was your favorite pie car cook?
You know the answer to that question. It's Callie. You know that.
I was about to say it better be Callie Bear.
It has to be my sister.
I was like, man, you're putting her on the spot there, dog.
That's so mean.
I know it wasn't me. First off, hold up.
It's either gonna be Callie or you, Jay, but it's Callie.
Yes.
Yeah. No. So for those of you at home who don't know, just like DJ, Callie also at one point lived at our house. So I told her that she was going to be my sister. It wasn't really, I didn't ask. I informed her that she was my sister now because I didn't have a sister. And I was like, I want a sister. You're here. So you're going to be my sister. She went, okay. So I went on the circus and I told her, you should come. It's like, you should be, we need cooks. You should come. She goes, I'll think about it. And guess what? I got her to come onto the circus.
I remember
And
the
it was
day she
great.
showed up. We were having a party down at the Trainmaster's car.
Oh,
It was
that's right. We
Shaggy's
were drinking
birthday.
moonshine.
Yeah, it was Shaggy's birthday, and so Talita just found out she was pregnant.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was the best time for her to show up too. I mean, train masters know how to party. Well, that one did for sure, because like I said, moonshine. We were responsible. I was of legal age. No, I wasn't. Not important. It's in the past. I'm legal now. That's all that matters. It's weird seeing
So
myself
5 years for
in makeup. Well, I answered
Well,
your
that's
question.
awesome.
I can't stop mugging. I'm sorry. It's just a thing that happens when you put makeup on.
That's good.
Thank you. I kind of like this. I don't know if I like this shirt with this collar. I'll decide in the future. It's okay for right now.
Was that
I
bought
have a good
tie-dye,
question
or
for you.
did you old school that? Did you bake that?
What, the shirt?
Yeah. Or
No,
did you buy it tie-dye?
I bought it tie-dyed by my doula.
Ah,
She's cool.
sorry,
Her
B.
name.
Go ahead. Nice.
What you got, B?
I think clowning is in 2025.
I think it's everywhere. I think you just gotta look. I mean, it's been on TV for a long time. Like you think of like Robin Williams, Tina Fey. It's very like physical comedy is and patter like that. That's to me, it's clowning. It counts. Now it's on TikTok, it's on Instagram, it's everywhere. You can find a clown anywhere. You can find a clown at like late night type shows, like variety shows. You can find clowns everywhere. Theater, in the street. You just gotta look. And if you see a clown, that's all of you out there. If you see a clown in the wild, you give them some love because the world's tough on everybody, but the world's really tough on clowns sometimes. So you gotta show them some love. If they're trying to be a clown out just like in the street, that's one of the hardest types of clowning that there is. That in hospitals, like caring clowning, ugh, that is hard to do. So you show them some love, people. They earned it. But yeah, no, clowns are everywhere.
All
In
right.
my humble opinion. We're actually on an upswing. There was a point where people really didn't like clowns, and part of that was actually while I was on the circus, because you know that whole like 2016 thing that everybody loves to talk about, which is the scary clown thing,
Oh yeah.
where the news decided to just tell everyone that there were people that they would say this is the issue. They would say there are clowns out there scaring people with hatchets and da 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 da. It's like, okay, first of all, that wasn't happening everywhere. Second of all, it wasn't clowns. It was people in clown masks. There is a difference. Clowns wear makeup that changes with their expressions. People wear masks that are trying to hurt you. Like that was completely different than what clowns are. Clowns are trying to make you laugh and or tell a story that forgets about your life. We are a moment of emotional respite. That's our job. Scaring you with an axe doesn't count as clowning. So those aren't real clowns. So that was the whole thing. And that was in 2016. And that was literally my last year on the road. That was another thing. Like there was a big downhill for clowns and the elephants left, and I was just like, it's time to go. It's time to go. And now I feel like we're finally on an upswing again. It's like, yeah, we had all that. It came out a second time and had a sequel. There was a lot of scary clown stuff for that in the horror world and horror makeup and things. And I'm not saying that clowns being at haunted places is bad for us. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying the issue is when people think that scary clowns are the only ones that exist. That's my problem. So now we're starting to have an uptick of happy clowns in the media and on the internet because we are putting ourselves out, myself at least. I'm not saying I'm the only uptick. There's other happy clowns on the internet making people laugh, making people smile. And you just have to use that to spread happy clowns too, so they know there's more than one kind of clown out there. And so yeah, I think we're getting more clowns. And that makes me really happy because there were a lot of clowns in the 80s and the 70s, and because of clown college, it was seen as an actual profession. And Ringling Brothers Clown College took so many people that would go, they would like sign up. So many people either got rejected from clown college or they went and they learned and they didn't get a contract. And if they didn't get a contract, they went back to their hometowns and they taught the clowns there, or they started working. So they had these really well-trained, really good-looking clowns out there around. And then when Clown College stopped in 97, we stopped having that. So there were less good-looking trained clowns around, and we had a lot of untrained clowns that don't look very good, that didn't get help with their makeup necessarily, that didn't really know how to really be a clown, being a good example anymore. So we lost a lot of that. So now I feel like there's more and more training programs out there, more and more happy clowns, and more people with makeup skills that want to be clowns so they don't look scary, thank goodness. So we're actually on an increase right now, and it's a really exciting time to be a clown again, which is really fun after the last 10 years, basically, from 2016 to now, 9 years. So yeah, yay. It feels
nice.
great to be a clown right now.
Is there a particular skill or trick or anything you've learned that you're particularly proud of since you've become a clown?
Yeah, connecting with people. That's a skill. That's hard. I can talk to
Sure.
anybody. I can make conversation, chit chat with pretty much anybody, including people that are nonverbal. I figured out at least small ways to connect with them too. So it's
Wow.
connecting is, I think, the most important thing that you can do. And I definitely count it as a skill. But the one that I've used the most as a clown, like physical skills, is probably, I mean, I juggle a lot and I play the uke a lot. One of my favorite skills is that I can figure out the chord progression, or at least fake it through any request of a song that I know. So I will literally go up to people when I clown at county fairs, and I'm a strolling entertainer, which means exactly what it sounds like. I stroll through the fair looking like a clown. I take pictures if they ask, and I just try to be generally fun to look at, fun to talk to, fun to be around. Just bring a little bit of life to the fair. And I bring my uke sometimes, and I put on my harmonica holder, which has a kazoo in it. So that way, I don't have to remember the words. Ha! Smart. So I go around and I go up to people and I play music. And every once in a while, when I'm feeling particularly brave, I go up to somebody and I go, "Do you have any requests?" And sometimes I get a very interesting request, and I play it. The last really cool request that I got was I had somebody ask me to play ZZ Top,
Oh, wow.
and I did.
Oh, that is awesome.
I even sang it.
Awesome.
I did top coat, top hat, I don't worry because my wallet's fat. So I literally I sang that chunk of sharp dressed man with my and played the uke
Oh
at the
my
same
God.
time. So that's my favorite, special skill, stupid human trick, whatever you want to call it. That's my favorite one.
That is awesome. What is a memorable or good prank that you've done while on the train? You know, well, not necessarily on, but with Ringling, with the circus.
Oh, good prank. I don't know if I really did a lot of good pranks on the circus. I watched other people do a lot of good pranks, and I received a few good pranks. My favorite prank that I received, I will tell you,
All right, there you go.
which was Oscar. I don't know if Oscar told you about this, but Oscar took, those nut cans, the
Yeah.
ones where you open them and they like go pew out of
Yeah.
the can.
The spring snake. Yeah.
He took one. It wasn't just a regular one. It was one that made noise. Okay, it made noise, and that's important to the story.
All right, made noise.
He put it in my clown light.
Oh my
He
God.
crammed it into my mostly full
Oh
clown
wow.
light, but like displaced the white, like it was like covered in makeup. And I think we were in Texas because that was the same alley that Ruthie Chaddock visited us in. Well, I don't remember where. It might have been Fort Worth even, which is where he was close to he was from San Antonio, but Fort Worth was when we always had a lot of people in the alley. So I open it, put my makeup on. I was probably late. Shocker. And it comes out slow because it's covered in this thick
Oh no.
makeup, and it slowed it down, and it was making noise. So it was like going toward my face, and I'm just staring at it the whole time. And Oscar's just like watching me. And everybody turns at me with this. It took like 5 minutes. And we all just started busting. God, laughing. And then I just took it out of my makeup and I just started I was gonna waste the makeup, so I started smearing it off of the thing onto my face. It was so funny. It was so
Oh my
funny.
God, that is amazing.
I might try and do that to his makeup when I see him
Yes,
next summer.
100%. I'm not saying a word.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Oscar, if you're watching this, forget about this.
Let's forget this. You didn't see this section.
You didn't hear it. No, you don't know what I'm gonna do. No, I loved Oscar pranks because they were always just. My motto is confuse, don't abuse, and
Right? Yeah.
it
Yeah.
definitely confused
I
me.
like that.
I also had
think-
Chris Sullivan went to an antique store, and he bought like 20 moose bobbleheads. There might have been more than that. There might have been 40.
Oh my God.
It was a lot.
That's amazing.
He filled my trunk with them. Not just my trunk. They were on my trunk. They were in my trunk. They were in my drawers. They were everywhere. They were also somehow he got into the ladies' clown wardrobe, and he even put them in my, I had a drawer, a little basket that I put my wig and stuff in. They were in there. There were so many. It was like 43.
Oh my God. Ah.
It was nuts. I had so many. I even kept some. I got rid of a bunch of. I gave some away because I was like, "What am I gonna do with
That's
all these?"
funny.
But we still have one of them. I believe I gave one to my mom because Moose Burger Clown Arts Camp is my mom's.
Sure. Makes
my
sense.
mom's camp. So that's why he got Moose, because Chris Sullivan was also a former Moose camper. So
Oh, good.
he knew. So yeah.
That's funny.
So I think we still have one at the shop because I gave one to my mom. So I think it's still there. So dumb. But yeah, I wasn't really as much of a pranker as a pranky one who got pranked. That was more my problem. But it was okay. It was funny most of the time.
Yeah. What's one of the strangest things that has ever happened to you while you were in costume?
Strange things that has happened to me in costume. I mean, the show in general was pretty strange. There were times where I almost got run over by unicyclists.
Oh,
There were
wow.
times I almost got run over by elephants. There were times where I was like this close to a tiger. Like, I pet a tiger one time.
How was that?
It was a baby tiger. It bit me, but it didn't bite
Oh.
super hard. Her name was Jasmine. It was very exciting. It was very
The baby
exciting.
white one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was so cute. I couldn't be in costume for that because they were very strict on when you were allowed to wear your costume, and when you weren't. You could only wear it like during the show, and that was it.
Yep.
So I don't know. I had some weird stuff happen during pre-show. I'm trying to think. You might have to come back to me on that one. It's been a long time trying to think weird things that have happened to me during pre-show.
Oh, yeah.
Or, and one of the weird ones, unfortunately, I wasn't in my own costume. I was in a penguin costume
Nice.
for pre-show. We did a penguin gag for pre-show, and I was wearing a string clown nose, which are harder than these. These are nice, but they are soft. They're like soft rubber. The string noses are like hard rubber. So we did a gag where we would get an audience volunteer to also be a penguin. And at the end of the gag, we do a dog pile. So I was on the bottom, and then Lorena was on top, and then, or sometimes it was Rebecca. I don't remember. And then the audience volunteer would be on the top. Well, it was like some teenage boy who decided he wanted to do a flip. So he like threw himself over, hit the back of my head, like landed on the back of my head, and I hit the ground. And like there's a white mark like skidded across the rubber of the floor because my whole like mouth, chin
Wow.
hit the floor. And he like I crushed my nose. But luckily because it was a harder nose, I didn't break my nose. I would have broken my nose for sure. Because when I took my makeup off that day, I had a bruise right where my nose hit my face. And it hurt to put my makeup on for like a week and a half. But that string nose saved my butt from breaking my nose for real. But yeah, that was one of the craziest things that happened to me. Not in my regular costume, but technically, I guess the penguin costume was my costume. It was a costume. It's pretty weird. It was what a time to be alive. Like, and if I had like waited, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
If I had waited until after college, like my mom had wanted me to, the circus would have been closed already.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I would have missed that opportunity.
Funny how things work out.
Rejection from
the
Illinois State University performance major program.
Did y'all discuss anything about Oscar and?
I talked about a prank he did on me.
Yeah.
What was the prank? I missed that part. Sorry.
It's okay. He put one of those nut can springy things in my clown white.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Did he tell you all about that?
No, he told us about how you guys were, how he was his quickest time for his makeup, but y'all were making pancakes one morning.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you went out because you thought there was a show. And then you come back in and start putting your makeup in. And then Ben Macon went out.
Yep.
And then it was just y'all two because y'all were the two new clowns.
Yep.
And they thought it was a gag.
Mm-hmm. It's not. Very much not a gag.
You want to talk about that?
Well, we were there early because, like, I think we spent the night at the arena.
Ooh.
Because we stayed up late. We were pitching stuff for next year. So it was my first year, and we had to write all of the material for the new circus early because we had to pitch it at a certain city. I can't remember what city it was, but there was a certain city that the Felds were going to come and watch, and we were going to present everything. We had to do our version of blow off, whatever the new blow off was supposed to be, with fake props and everything, because they wouldn't give us a red cent until we showed them what we were going to do. So we had to like go out of our own pockets to make the props and to do everything, so we could show them what it was going to be like, so that they could pay for the real version of all the props and stuff. So we were writing gags, we were writing blow off, we were giving ideas for, we knew certain things about the new show and that we were going to need certain things, like for the Bizarre Bazaar. We knew we were going to have walkarounds for the Bizarre Bazaar. That was very exciting, that we were going to have walkarounds for like the first time in a very long time for a ringling show. So we stayed overnight talking and like making notes and writing stuff down. And so then in the morning we'd be ready. And so Oscar made pancakes with the soap making stuff. Like, there's like a drill bit that you use to make soap with, and he used it to whip pancake batter. And we all had pancakes in the alley, and then they went out, and I think Ben was first. I don't think I caught it first. I might be wrong. But he said something about, like, I think he went out to, so back for a second. Ben was notoriously, like, did stuff, he was very particular. So he would go and set stuff up hours, like, before he would need them there. So he, I think, went to set his stilts or his jumping clubs or something. He went to set something because he set stuff early a lot. So he went and set something and was like, they're setting up for pre-show instead of the show, because the floor looked different when you were setting up for pre-show as opposed to when you were setting up for the actual show. It just, the layout of the floor was different of what they put out. Like, they had out the stuff that they had for pre-show where you have all the clown noses. That was actually out. So sometimes for school shows you wouldn't have a pre-show, and sometimes you would. We thought we didn't have a pre-show. So he went out to set something for opening and saw they were setting up for pre-show. And he came back and, like, started putting his makeup on. We were like, ha ha ha, whatever, Ben. And then they were like, oh, wait a minute. And I think Taylor went out and looked and came back and was like, this is not a drill. Their pre-show is in like 10 minutes or something. And so we all just like flew. Oh my gosh. I don't think we ever put our makeup on that bad. We flew through our makeup on so fast to be ready for pre-show. I do not think all of us were on time. Taylor did not care that day. He was like, it's fine. If you're late, it's fine. Just get out there as fast as you possibly can. But, oh, it was so funny. It was so funny. I just remember because Ben was notorious for, like, joking with people and, like, pulling pranks and stuff. So it was not weird. It would not have been weird for him to do that and us to be like, oh, whatever, there's no pre-show. Ha, 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 ha. You got us in makeup early. Like, okay. Yeah, no, it was real. There actually was another time where show. Actually, I missed pre-show altogether because I did a PR, which is like when a news talk show comes in and they talk to you at like 5 in the morning. So you literally have to get up at like 4:30, and they bring you into the arena. A nice pretty car shows up for you when you get in the car, and then you go to the arena and you put your makeup on, and then the news people show up and you shoot different clips to air later in the morning on the news. So we did a PR. And then later that morning, like 3 or 4 hours later, we would have a show. So a lot of times you'd get in your makeup and you'd go take a nap. So I did. I found a nice little dark room. I laid out my blanket and my pillow and I fell asleep. They couldn't find me
No.
because they thought it was like a closet or something. They didn't know. And so I got up and I come out and I'm like, ugh, in my makeup like this. And they're like, were you in there the whole time? Yeah, I was sleeping. They're like, you missed pre-show. I was like,
Whoops.
sorry. Get ready for opening. I'm like, okay. It's so funny. I don't remember. I probably had to pay a fine for that, but they were just like, we didn't know where you were. We found her. She was sleeping. I was like, it was literally, I was in the alley. I was in Clown Alley.
That's
There
funny.
was just a little like adjacent room that I snuck into. But it was like I was in the alley. I thought it was fine. Nobody woke me up. Whoops.
Whoopsie.
It could be worse.
That is true. Do you find it hard to switch between your clown and your regular persona, if you will, your non-clown persona?
No, it's automatic. It
Right
just,
on.
I honestly don't. I'm not the one who flips it. Like, it doesn't feel like, it's not a manual thing anymore. Like, it used to feel like a manual thing, but now it's just, it happens. It's like a spidey sense. It just kind of happens. So just because I'm in makeup doesn't mean I'm like on, right? As you can tell, talking to me. It's not like the whole time that I'm here, I'm like here and talking and clowny and I'm not. I'm me. I just happen to be in makeup. And the makeup does make me look a lot more animated than my features normally would be. But
Right.
I'm not on. And there are times that I just, there's not a good way to say this. Flip the switch. We'll say that instead of like turn on, because that's weird. There are times where I just flip the switch and I don't mean to, I just do it. Like, for example, making faces at children in like strollers. Can't help it. It just happens.
Yeah.
Happens with my own kid. It literally happened with my own kid yesterday. Yesterday. Friday, yeah. I'm outside of my grandma's house with my own child, and my grandma has this like ramp right outside of her house with a deck railing, and my kid's on the ramp and I'm on the other side. And so I go like under the railing, looking like through the bars, and then I like go standing up, and then she can't see my face because it's behind the rail, the actual railing. And then I go up over it, and she laughs, and then I stood behind the railing. So I'm like going tiptoes, normal, under, normal. And she starts laughing so hard. Oh, then the clown comes out.
Oh yeah, it has to.
That's how that happens. It just happens. So I go from like going beep bop to like making faces, like full clown faces, not just like, regular people making faces. Like, I can't help it, and it's like she keeps laughing so hard. It's like a drug. When like there's a certain laugh that kids achieve that is better than, I don't know. I've never had crack, but I'm sure it's better than crack. Because it's that like, have you ever made a kid laugh so to the point where you know they can't stop?
Oh yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
That is the absolute best. That's it. Like, that's peak. That's it. There's nothing better. So she hit that point of I'm like, oh, it's go time. Like now we're cooking. And so I just I would have done it all day. I would have done it for hours just because you chase it, There's
Oh,
an
yeah.
exercise that a clown taught me that is called find the game, play to win. And that's what you do as a clown the whole time. That's it. That's what being a clown is. You find the game, you play to win. Sometimes making the kid laugh is the game. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
something else. You never know what the game is. The game changes. How do you know you're winning? You just do. Sometimes you don't need to like be the fastest or the strongest to win the game. Sometimes playing the game is winning. Like in the making her laugh as hard as long as I can game, playing is winning. There is no winning. It's not like she needs to wet her pants from laughing so hard. It's like, no. The fact that we played the game, the fact that I got her to laugh that hard in the first place, I've already won. That's it.
Yeah.
So that's
perfect.
what it's about. And as soon as I'm in a moment where I am finding the game, the clown comes out. Every time.
Nice.
I'm not drinking dirt. This is just a fancy hot chocolate mug that my husband got me. So just be aware I'm not like drinking out of a planter. It just looks like a terracotta pot.
Do you have any advice for any upcomers, any people who are looking to get into clowning or just entertainment in general?
Yes. Trying to put it the best way I can. Just do it. You're going to find reasons to put off starting. You're going to think you're not ready. You're going to think your show's not good enough. You're going to think your jokes aren't funny enough. You're going to think your outfit's not perfect. Screw that. Just get out there. The kids don't care if your buttons are perfect or if your routine is perfect. They don't care about perfect. Nobody cares about perfect. Only you care about perfect. They just care about you. You coming in, disrupting their life, and giving them something to laugh at and focus on. That's different for a while. Maybe you're just telling a story. Maybe you're trying to make them laugh. Whatever it is. It's good enough. Just go do it. That's what I got. That's what I've got for you. That's my advice. Because I just think people get in their own way too often. It happens a lot. You know, you're like, oh, I'm too green. I don't know what I'm doing yet. None of us know what we're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I've been doing this I've been a clown for 25 of my 30 years of life. Like professionally. Like actually clowning in front of people professionally. 25 years. I still have no idea what I'm doing. I'm mostly acting on instinct and a handful of things that people have told me. They're just happy to see you.
Yeah.
They're happy to see a silly person with good intentions. That's what you are.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's all you have to be.
Well, what was what was one of your toughest performance days that you would like to share with us, and why?
Well, obviously, when the elephants left was hard for all of us. But what made it easier was that everybody was struggling, so you could like lean on people, and everybody was sad. So it wasn't weird that you were sad. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that one wasn't as hard as when I had a really hard time when Callie left the road. That was really hard for me. So Callie was on the road for, I think, at least more than a year. And there was a point where she left and went to live her life in another state and was, happy. But I had really gotten used to her being there for me, and that she was somebody I could go and talk to when I had a lot of hard stuff going on. I was in a long distance relationship. You can't see your family very often. She was the family that I could see. And being on tour was especially hard for me because we didn't go to my state. I didn't get to go see my family didn't get to come see me very often.
Oh, yeah.
If at all. Some of my family never saw me perform because it was literally the closest we got was Nebraska, because I live in Minnesota. So people would have had to drive 6 to 7 hours to Nebraska to come see me.
Yeah, wow.
There were people in my family that never came to see me. And I got to see my own family once a year, maybe twice. I got very lucky that my parents were willing to drive that far. So having Callie as my rock was a big deal. And when she left, I had a really hard time. And I probably did cry right before pre-show once or twice. And that's how I know the way you cry that you don't mess up your makeup as a clown is you cry parallel to the ground. So the tears go straight down and they don't run. You're welcome. But yeah, that was a day that it wasn't automatic. I'll tell you that. I remember blinking tears straight down and then having to run out there and do pre-show and opening. But you push it harder on those days. That's the weird thing. Because you need the joy so bad that you just push the happy that day. Because you need it. So, yeah, you're a little sad on one side of the portal. Not on the other side. You are way happier on the other side.
Yeah.
That's why it's the portal.
Show must go on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you gotta put on the face.
To me, that's why it was called the portal. It was a whole different world out there. It was like going through a real portal. Really, sometimes. Backstage was a completely different place. So you'd be sad in one, and then second you go through, it's the show. You're not in like Raleigh, you're not in Cincinnati, you're in the show. You're in opening, you're in spec, you're in your act. That's where you are. You can be sad when you get backstage again. Then and only then. Yeah, show had to go on. Could you on pre-show, if you're having a rough time during pre-show, were we allowed to like go backstage for a second, take a minute? Of course. But you had to be there you have to hit your cues. Because it's not just you. The circus is a very well-oiled machine. And it is important that everybody hits their cue in their spot when they need to be in their spot. So everybody's relying on you, and you're relying on them. So you can have a bad day, just not through the portal.
All right.
You gotta put on the face when you get out there, that's for sure.
Well, I put on the face at the beginning. You missed that. I did that already.
Wow. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I see what you did there. Yeah.
You're interviewing.
Yep.
You're gonna get jokes.
Oh,
All
right. Yes.
Any questions?
Yeah. So, aside from this is going back outside of work now. So aside from dancing, are there any other good times you remember?
Sure. Plenty.
That you'd like to share?
Like
Some
dropping your
adventures you might
cell
have been
phone in St. Louis?
That was not a happy time. It's not a happy time.
So Julia and I and a
Don't
few people were.
reminisce on the positive moments. We're going straight to that. Okay.
Well, I have to get this story out.
I know. Go ahead.
Someone decided it would be a good idea to sit on one of the vestibule doors,
Who's
and as
that?
she did,
Who's
she
a little train run? Leave me
were
alone.
passing the arches.
Oh boy.
Her phone falls out, and we hear, "Oh!" We look over, and she's looking over for.
Yep.
How far did you have to walk back?
I took an Uber.
Oh wow.
This is how it happened. This is a real story. So we had already dropped off the elephants at the building. So I knew we were between the building and the train yard. Okay, that was point number one. Point number two, I was listening to music. I was in the vestibule. Phone fell out of my pocket. It was a full clown moment because I had headphones in, much like these. So the phone goes, ah, and I, like a cartoon, my headphones go like boop, out of my ears, and I'm like, and I grab them, and I literally hand over hand grab my and I got right here, and my phone went like this, beep, and
Oh no.
flipped out of my grasp. I'll never forget that moment. Just that little, that betrayal, that moment of betrayal of flipped, fell into it cartwheeled into the rocks below. Crap! Except I didn't say crap. And I looked up. I'm like, okay. Where did this happen? And I look up and I see this like for rent building that had a weird, like the whole side of the wall was a different color. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna remember that. And then I looked and I was like, and we were going by a theme park. There were roller coasters. And I was like, okay, how many roller coasters can there be between this and that? Okay. And Ray, did I go to you and ask for your phone? Or was it Josh? I borrowed somebody's phone.
That must have been Josh.
It might have been
I
Josh.
don't think it was me. Yeah, I think it was Josh.
I borrowed somebody's phone to see. I was like, I need to see your phone. And they were like, okay. So I went like into the maps, right? And like start scrolling down the map and seeing where there's like an amusement park. And I find what it's called. I'm like, okay. And then I gave the phone back and I ran, and they were like, I don't know what the heck that was. And I ran, started running. And I went to Brian Wright and Tatiana's room, who were friends of mine on the circus. Brian was a clown too. And so I went and I was like, Brian.
He'll be on soon.
Huh? What?
He'll be on soon.
Yay. So I go, Brian, I lost my phone out of the vestibule. And he's like, oh, that's awful. Because it wasn't really a surprise to him. That was pretty on brand for me. And so he's like, well, what do we got to do? I'm like, I need your phone so we can get an Uber so we can go and get my phone. He's like, okay. So I think all three of us, my memory's not great. I think all three of us were in the back of the Uber. And we literally drove along the train track that we had just gone past until we saw the building. And I went in, and we had to keep going because there was no entrance. It was this stupid, like, they fenced off the rail yard. Boo. So we had to keep going until I found where the fence ended. And I was like, stay here, I'll be right back. So I went. And I went down. I grabbed my phone, picked it up, not a gosh dang scratch on it. Walked back, got in the car, and I was like, I got it, yay! And then we drove back to the train. And everybody was like, how did you do that and not like lose your phone forever or break it or anything? And I was like, this is the best case I've ever had. Shameless plug, I guess. But I kept that phone case as long as I had that phone. And then when I had to get a new one and it didn't fit anymore, I was devastated because we had been through so much together. But yeah, that's how that happened. It was fine.
Good night.
Thank
How
goodness.
many phones have you lost in the rail yard?
Just the one. Luckily,
I've
Yeah, oh,
shattered
yeah.
probably 10 screens.
I never shattered a screen. I dropped it off a moving train and I never shattered a screen.
Oh no,
Crazy.
you're lucky.
Crazy.
Yes, I am. Good of you to notice.
I spent a lot on phones with the circus.
You spent a lot more time in the train yard than me, though.
True.
I was in the building half the time. Okay, you got riddle me this. You two worked in outside of like the show part. How often
Yes.
did you watch the show?
Oh. Let's see.
R,
Did
go
you
ahead.
ever
You
see it?
first.
Did you ever see
All right.
it?
I will be honest with you. Yes,
R.
I have. But it was usually so I took my sister and her kids to one,
Fair.
and I took one of my cousins and their kids to one. So usually I'll put it this way. Anytime the show was a new theme, I did go see it, yes.
So you
But it
saw
was
it
usually
once
just yes,
in
it was
2
usually
years.
just once. Well, you gotta think about this. I mean, I get it. You're out there all the time. The way I always looked at it was,
You don't
you
want to
know,
support me?
you know better than that. Come on. It's
I'm
just when
loving it.
you know how it is when you live with the people and you know. So but I would go see the show at least once. So I'm sorry it wasn't more.
For me, Julia, you know, I was in junior. For people who don't know, that would be the mini pie car that would be at the arena. Yeah. Probably once or twice a week,
Really?
to be honest.
Get points. You get points, B.
Mm-hmm.
Ray, you get
Well,
negative.
I mean,
R, you get negative points.
And see,
This is. Eh?
I mean, you got to think like you wait for your friends that are in the show.
Yeah.
You like if you're done with the pie card and everything else. Sometimes I'd be able to catch a whole show.
Yeah.
You know, maybe once or twice a week. So yeah. So
See,
and then we
that's
always
important.
end up catching the last bus back.
Yeah.
we are running out of time. So
Oh, I know. I'm sorry.
no, don't you dare be sorry. But I want to share something before we go.
Okay.
A memory that was bittersweet, but you'll understand toward the end there how I felt. So it was actually Phoenix. It was the day I left.
Mm.
Yes, that famous picture of me, you, Cass, Giovanni walking down the train yard. Callie took the picture. Great picture. But and for all of you who don't know, if you're friends with me on Facebook, it's my profile pic. But it was earlier that day. We all went to eat. We had breakfast. Toledo was there and everything. It was like I said, it's bittersweet because my emotions were running rampant because I had just there's another family. Yeah, I lived with you guys, and now I have to say, I'm saying, see you down the road, is that's what we say. It was actually the ride home. Believe it or not, I had. It's funny because I had you under one arm in the back of the van, and Callie under the other arm. And believe it or not, both of you at the same time both reached up and took a hand. Yes, you're both holding my hand at the same time, and you have I just wanted to let you know how much that helped me that day and what that meant to me. So I just wanted to let you know that. Yes, it was because shortly after that, I know we parted our ways, if you will, for the time being. I know you had a thing to do with what you were talking about earlier, which I forget what you call it, with the local news or whatever.
Oh, PR.
PR. You had a PR thing that day, so I
PR.
had to part my ways with you early that day, but I wanted to let you know that because I don't think I ever told you that. Yeah. So yes. But with that said, yes, definitely. We are right. He might be coming back. Let's see. Get him here for the end.
Well, we didn't get all my stories, so
What are you
you're gonna
talking
have to have
smack?
me back. Yeah.
I'm always talking smack. Anyway, we are running out of time. So before we go, real quick, let the people know where, if they're in your area, where they could find you,
Sure.
and also let them know about the Moose Burger camp.
Yeah. So, you can find me in Minnesota. I am centered in Maple Lake. I work at the costume shop. Yes, that's what it's called, the costume shop, but it's spelt the fancy
Nice.
way, SHOPPE, in Maple Lake. And we sell clown stuff, and we sell regular like Halloween costume stuff. But that's what keeps me busy. I also do social media for the costume shop and for the clown costume company. I sometimes design clown costumes for Priscilla Mooseburger Originals, who is my mom. Uh, and then, yeah, every summer we do a clown training called Mooseburger Clown Arts Camp. And it is usually the same week as International Clown Week, which is August 2nd through the 7th. So it usually kind of tries to line up with that. You can also catch me at several clown conventions this year. I'll be teaching at the COAI convention in Nashville and probably at WCA in Boston and maybe a couple other ones. So you can find me on the internet. This clown is called Wanda Fool. So that's my handle on TikTok and Instagram. Might be Miss Wanda Fool, might be Wanda Fool the Clown. Have to try both. But I wander county fairs and I do all the fun stuff. So come find me. Come say hi.
Right on.
Have a
Does
good
the
time.
Moose Burger camp have a website?
Yes, mooseburger.com. That's where you can find clown stuff and you can learn about the camp and all that fun stuff is at mooseburger.com. I'm working on our online presence, so hopefully we'll have more videos on YouTube so you can get a better experience of what it's like virtually. But for now, everything you need is on mooseburger.com.
There you go, folks. You heard it here. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and definitely thank you to our guests. We loved it. We loved seeing how the makeup comes on and everything. And with that said, till next time, everyone, we will see you down the road.
See you down the road.